Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful. I'd like to welcome you to another in the series, In the Light of Islam. May Allah peace and blessings be upon you all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In this segment, which is the concluding segment of our segments on Hajj, we have a few questions to close, and we hope that what we have done in the previous 8 segments, along with this segment, will have touched on most of the unusual questions which people, or may cross people's minds, that people may experience in the making of Hajj. The first question that we're looking at is from Adnan Mirza, from Ras Al Khaimah. He writes, is it recommended that one bury their finger and toenail clippings and hair clippings in Arafah? This is something very strange, but not strange for those people who have been exposed to this myth that, this is the best place one should bury one's fingernail and toenail and hair clippings. And you'll find some people going there to Arafah carrying little bags with them. In case you go to make Hajj and you see them doing this and wonder what they're doing, they have a little spade with them and they're digging some holes in the ground and you see them burying something. Well, this is what they're doing. Burying their fingernails and toenail clippings along with their hair clippings in Arafah. Believing somehow that there is some reward, some blessing, that somehow this is going to be of benefit for them, bringing them closer to Allah, and it is total nonsense. Total nonsense. Yes, the Prophet, may God's peace and blessings be upon him, recommended for us not to just throw our clippings, fingernail clippings, hair clippings, just anywhere, anyhow, because of the fact that some people involved in evil, black magic, things connected with this, connected with the jinn, etc., may take these clippings, etc., and use it as a means to harm us. This is real. It's not something which we can deny because of the fact that Prophet Muhammad, may God's peace and blessings be upon him, was charmed by a Jew in Medina, Rabib ibn Asam, and he did it using some hairs that had been gathered from the Prophet's head and would tie it up in little knots, etc., etc., as part of the ritual of casting a particular spell or charm on the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. So this is real, and this is why the Prophet ﷺ recommended that we bury it or put it in some place where it's not going to be accessible to people. But burying it, this is for us like if you flush it down the toilet, this is equivalent to burying it. I mean, nobody is sitting at the other end collecting up fingernail clippings. There's no way they're going to pick up your clippings out of the whatever else is there in the toilet. So flushing it is sufficient, or putting it in the garbage which is tied and mixed with other garbage, which people don't have an opportunity to get at. It's not an absolute requirement that we must now go and bury it. And especially taking it to Arafah with us as a part of our rites of Hajj. This is nonsense. The second question from Adnan is, does using toothpaste or wearing gold break one's state of ihram? I can't imagine why the person is asking about toothpaste. Well, people usually ask about toothpaste concerning fasting. Using toothpaste doesn't break the fast. I suppose if one is wearing a ihram and fasting because for 3 days in Hajj because they're not slaughtering, this becomes an issue. Can you use toothpaste? Yes, you can. Toothpaste is like the miswak which the Prophet ﷺ and his companions used, which had the juice. The juice was in it, not dried to the point where there's nothing. It's just a dry thing on your teeth. But there was juice in there, and this juice had a taste and etc. going in their mouth. So they were cleaning their teeth with it. So it is permissible. In terms of gold, yes, wearing of gold is forbidden for men. Wearing of gold rings, bracelets, necklaces, or anything of this nature. Earrings, of course, men shouldn't be wearing earrings anyway. But if they were to follow the popular practice amongst the disbelievers these days, which has been introduced mainly by the homosexuals in order to blur the differences between men and women. Men are wearing earrings and women wear earrings. Next thing we know, they will be encouraging men to wear brassieres. They have women already wearing three-piece suits and, just like men with ties and everything else. The point is that wearing of gold, though it is prohibited for men, it does not break the state of ihram. In ihram, you're not allowed to clip fingernails, clip hair, have sexual relations. These are the things which break that state, which affect the state, which we can correct by doing slaughtering an animal, etc., etc. But wearing of gold does not break that state. The question, there's another question written in by Sister Amreen Khan. She writes concerning women, it's a woman's questions. How can a menstruating woman, a woman said, I went for Umrah and crossed the Miqat while I was menstruating, so I did not make ihram. I remained in Mecca until my menses ceased. Then I put on my ihram in Mecca and made Umrah. Is what I did permissible? If not, what should I have done? Well, Sister Amreen, what she did was incorrect. Because the miqat should not be crossed without being in a state of ihram. It was a requirement on her to make ghusl and put on her ihram at the miqat and then enter, based on the hadith we've mentioned in the previous segment of Asma bint Unais, the wife of Abu Bakr. And then she should have gone ahead and done the rites of her Umrah, except for the tawaf of the Kaaba. Right? And she should wait, really, until her menses stops before going and doing tawaf. The second question which Amreen asks is, what is a woman whose menses begins on the day of Arafah supposed to do? She should continue her Hajj. She continues to do everything that the person for a Hajj does except for prayer and tawaf. Very simple. The third question which Amreen Khan asks, is it permissible for a woman who fears that her menses will come during Hajj to use pills which prevent or delay her menses only during the Hajj period? Some of the scholars hold that it's permissible for her. Others hold that it's better that she doesn't do it. This is something Allah has destined. If she's menses is coming, she can't make the Hajj, then Allah is most merciful. She is rewarded for her intention. No need to go through those changes. Others hold that this may be an opportunity which comes only once. A long time she will never have another opportunity. And if the pills are certified safe by the doctors, not something that she's going to take which will cause some illness, some harm, have side effects which are dangerous, etc., but are certified safe by the medical profession, then she may do so with the recommendation of her gynecologist in order to ensure that she's able to make the Hajj and get back in time. The time frame is limited, so she wants to be able to make the Hajj without menses affecting her making of the Hajj. This also, is the case concerning Ramadan. This issue arises. A woman wants to fast all of Ramadan. Can she take pills which will control her menses, making sure that they occur, at set times, stretched out over 28 days or whatever? Some scholars say it's permissible. Others say it is permissible but not preferable. Preferable for her just to go as Allah has destined for her. The days that she doesn't fast, she's rewarded. The days that she fasts, she's rewarded. The days she makes up the fast for, she's rewarded. She is rewarded in all aspects. So why then, if that is the case, take these pills, which though medical profession may say it's safe, all these other things, but still it is something artificial. It is something which is not natural. Why expose oneself to this kind of circumstance when it's not necessary? If there is a need and a necessity, As in the case of the person wanting to make Hajj, where there's no other opportunity, this makes no sense. Okay, logically, yes. You can do it there to ensure that you can make the Hajj. But in the case of Ramadan, it would be my recommendation that she doesn't do this. She makes up the days afterwards, like everybody else. That basically concludes the questions that we have on Hajj for you in this segment, which is the closing segment of this program. Closing segment regarding Hajj. Of course, we will be continuing with our other questions, which are general questions regarding various aspects of Islam, how to apply the teachings of the Prophet, may God's peace and blessings be upon him, which explain the teachings of the Quran, which is the revealed word of God. How do we apply this to our daily lives? Where are the solutions to our problems? Because in the Quran and the Sunnah, the way of the Prophet, lies answers to each and every issue which may arise in our lives. We will continue to look at these in the coming segments. We hope, inshallah, that you have benefited from what we have done so far on Hajj. These have clarified some of your queries, some ideas that may have been on your mind, and we hope that you will write into us, to me, Dr. Bilal Phillips, Sharjah TV, P.O. Box 111. If you have any questions you'd like answered, and we will try our best to answer each and every question that you raise. With that, dear viewers, I'd like to thank you for being with us, and I wish you a successful Hajj. The Hajj has been accepted by Allah. It's not your intention if you went for Hajj or going for Hajj. And I hope that you will keep me and all of us who produce this program for you in our prayers, in your prayers. Assalamu alaikum